Hello viewers, today we will discuss about Kamala Das. Kamala Das is one of the most distinctive and original love poets. She is confessional poet. She confesses each and everything very openly and frankly in her poetry. Her self-expression, her poetry is therapeutic. She has written so many poems. Her famous poems are The Looking Glass, The Freaks, The Sunshine Cat, Hot Noon in Malabar, My Grandmother's House, and Invitation. So here I would emphasize on his autobiography, My Story. So let us discuss what My Story is. My Story is the autobiography of the famous Indian poet Kamala Das. She writes about about her autobiography, My Story, and quote, "My story is my autobiography, which I began writing during my first serious bout with heart disease," unquote. So, in fact, this autobiography was written to shed her sickness. So she was suffering from heart disease and she wrote this autobiography to shed her sickness. So, in this autobiography, Kamala Das artistically narrates the happenings which took place in her life since her childhood. So, she narrates each and everything which happened to her in her childhood. She recounts her early days in Calcutta. Then her whole family shifted to the ancestral home in Malabar during the terrible days of the Second World War. Then she narrates about a sannyasin who predicted much before the partition that there would be riots between the Hindus and the Muslims. And that prediction proved right. The writer also narrates her lesbian affair with her English lady teacher. She also describes how she lived with her indifferent husband and how she bore children. So her confessional disclosure regarding her love is unusual in Indian context. She uses myths in her poetry she uses myths of Radha Krishna and Mirabai in her poetry. So she is a rebel. She openly revolted against the social taboos, social norms. So these are some points which she covers in her autobiography, My Story. So there are striking similarities between My Story and her poetry. Her prose style is evocative and it touches the heart of the readers. So these are the main points which you can write in short item My Story, right? So she is confessional poet, she is autobiographical poet. Her poetry, her self-expression is therapeutic. So she is very frank and open. She is rebel. She is rebellious by nature. She revolts against the against social taboos and social norms. So she is reminded of her grandmother, and she writes about her ancestral home in Malabar. She narrates about a sannyasin. She talks about her childhood. So she talks about her lesbian affair, how she lived with her indifferent husband. So she wants a lover, she wants a friend. She doesn't want a husband, as she writes in one of her poems. So she is very open and frank. So her style is very evocative and it touches the heart of the readers. Thank you so much.